Okay, find a if x minus 4 is a factor of x cubed plus ax squared plus 7x minus 12. So the first thing we should do is call this to be f of x. Okay, so f of x, the function of x, is equal to this polynomial here. Okay, now we're told find a if x minus 4 is a factor of this. Now remember the remainder factor theorem, and the remainder factor theorem goes like this, that if x minus a is a factor, okay, then f of a is equal to 0. Okay, if x minus a is a factor. Now we're told in this case x minus 4 is a factor. Okay, so in other words, a is equal to 4, yeah? So what we can do then is say that implies that f of 4 is equal to 0. Okay, so essentially I need to substitute 4 in here, okay, for x, okay, but then I'll know the whole thing is equal to 0. In other words, f of 4 will equal to 4 cubed plus a times 4 squared plus 7 times 4 minus 12. I know all of this will equal to 0, okay, because x minus 4 is a factor, as stated, which means that f of 4 will be 0, using the remainder theorem. So all of this will come to 0. So I've got myself an equation now. Now I know 4 cubed is 64, 4 squared is 16, if I square that there, and I got a there, so 16a, 7 times 4 is 28, minus 12 equals to 0. Okay, so we've got a little bit of calculations to do here. Okay, so I end up here having 16a plus 80 is equal to 0. And if you take that 80 over to the side, 16a will be minus 80, and then a will be minus 80 divided by 16, which is minus 5. Okay, so we've got a value there for a. Let's go on to the second one. So it says here, find b if x plus 3 is a factor of this polynomial here. So again, right, we will write it as f of x. We say f of x is x cubed plus 4x squared plus bx plus 18. Okay, so same as before, I'll write that reference, the statement of the remainder theorem. If x minus a is a factor, then this implies that f of a will be 0, because f of a, the value of f of a is the remainder, remember, and the remainder will be 0 when it's a factor, because it divides into it perfectly. So in this case we've got x plus 3. Okay, so if x plus 3 is a factor, this will imply, well, we've got to work out what a is going to be. Now think about it. Generally we've got x minus a, but here I've got x plus 3. So the minus has been replaced with a plus. You just got to appreciate then that actually then, for it to be replaced with a plus, it needs to be negative 3. That needs to be the value of a here for it to be consistent with this formula. So it'll be x take away, as we've got up there, x take away, it'll be negative 3 then. And that's why it becomes a positive. So negative 3 is what we want to substitute in, right? So f of minus 3, if I put that in, well, I got minus 3 cubed plus 4 times minus 3 squared plus b times minus 3 plus 18, and that will equal to 0, yeah, because it's a factor, and I didn't state that there, equal to 0. Okay, so the remainder is 0. We've then got, well, we can work this out. Now minus 3 cubed is minus 27. Minus 3 squared, minus 3 times minus 3 is 9, positive 9, times 4 is 36. You can type this in your calculator, obviously. And then we've got minus 3b, okay, plus 18 equals 0. So put this together then. So minus 27 plus 36 plus 18 is 27, minus 3b is 0. So then we've got 3b is 27, so b will be 27 divided by 3, which is 9.